Welcome back, Matadors. This is Synida Soto
and Victoria Ramirez with your MatCast show for August 31st, 2018.
In this first show of the school year, we will be looking into what Matador Band has been doing to prepare for their 100th season of marching. We also talked to Mr. Esquivel about the new flex schedule.
And finally, we will talk about the upcoming football season and what the team had to say about it.
This is MatCast. The Mighty Matador Band has been working tirelessly all summer to perfect their show for this season. We talked to some leaders of the band, and here's what they have to say about their 100th season of marching.
Well, this is the 100th year of the band, and so we're kind of telling like a story of the band, and it's kind of about like the school and the band together. And so most of our visuals are used to support music that's going on at the time. But more of the music tells the story and the visuals just go to support the music, which is telling the story.
The show is the 100th anniversary, so we're excited because it's the 100th anniversary, so it's going to be big. It's a lot of different like Matador stuff. It's gold, it's red, like the colors are good.
Changing the drill and putting new stuff every day can be a challenge, and it's a little frustrating, but when we all after it's all completed and we put it all together, it's an exciting moment for everybody.
The hardest part of the season has been trying to put everything together and running back and forth, trying to get everything in place and as they go.
Some of it is harder and some of it is just new, and some of it we're recycling from older years. So we're doing somewhat of the same stuff, but we're changing it a little bit to make it different and new.
The hardest part about the season has been, obviously the music is a challenge sometimes, and then we have a new band director now, so that's something we've had to adjust with. And we're learning new stuff outside. We're trying to learn, experience new things, with moves and stuff, so that's kind of a challenge.
It's been going really well, the whole process of trying to get better, because we've already learned a lot of the stuff that we needed to do to get better, and now we're just putting it in place to actually be better.
My goal this year is I want to be friends with everybody in the band. I want everybody to get along together. I want it to be a good season. I want everybody to work hard, and I want to get to the top. Because everybody, the past few years, we've been trying to get further and further. And so this year I'm hoping we get to where we actually want to be instead of the last few years where we haven't.
I continue to do band year after year because every year is an exciting moment, and I love going to competitions and being at all the football games to cheer on the football team. And then meeting new people every year and teaching the freshmen how to do everything, it's all exciting to me.
I'm really looking forward to what the community thinks, because the community really supports our band program, and so I just really want to know what they think about it and if they think that it really represents the band and the school.
With the new school comes new changes. This year, Mr. Esquivel and his team put together the flex schedule to help students perfect weak subjects. We spoke to him about what he hopes this program will achieve.
This came about because there were a lot of students that weren't staying after school or coming in the mornings for tutorials, so we went ahead and made it during the schedule. We're basically done. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. For most of you guys, it's not gonna even affect you. You will stay in your second period the first 6 weeks. So there are some kids that are moving now to another class because they need some assistance with end of course. So that's how those groups got formed. Everybody else just stays in their second period. Now, while you're in your second period, you're supposed to be enriching yourself by reading and possibly writing and continuing that process, which you can use for a grade in your English class. So if you are an intervention teacher, you'll be working with students primarily to get them to pass the end of course in December. If you are doing enrichment, which is what most of the campus is doing, then you will be doing a lesson every week that's different, a current events lesson. Second 6 weeks, third 6 weeks, we might let some of you guys form study groups, and then we'll kind of let you guys do your own thing starting after the first 6 weeks. One, I think it's important to capture you guys while y'all are here. Number one, there's a lot of you guys that have jobs, athletic events, a band. So it's important that we do it while everybody's here and give everybody the opportunity to be able to take advantage of this. The purpose is to help students that are a little behind as far as grade levels for their courses, and specifically trying to pass the end of course test. And also on the other end is also to get students to go beyond the content. For example, study something different than you're studying in your class just to enrich your knowledge. So that's basically the purpose on one end, from one end to the other. Eventually, you guys are going to have a lot more freedom to form groups and do different things during this time. Right now, we just can't let everybody go because it'll be mass chaos. So we're just trying to keep the groups that are moving right now, and then eventually you guys, if y'all have ideas, you can come to me and say, hey, I was thinking maybe we could do this, and then we will form a group, and then with attendance and everything, of course, and then go that route. So it's really designed for y'all to really grow out of just your content, what you're learning, and learn a little bit more outside of that. So
Tonight's game has the entire town on their toes, ready to get out and support their football team. We spoke to some of the members on the team about the upcoming season and the goals they're striving to accomplish.
We have a lot of prime time athletes. We have a lot of talent in our class, and what separates us from most of the other classes is our size, because we have over 30 seniors this year, I think, and last year we probably had 12. So just the size and the number of older guys who are having a good influence on the younger guys, it's just no way that the team is run by the seniors. So our culture rubs off on the younger guys, and hopefully they'll continue that when they're in our shoes. We have a lot of playmakers. We have a lot of dudes that are going to be making plays on the ball, on offense and defense. Weaknesses is just sometimes you can see some of the team reverts back to the old culture that we used to have that we're trying to get rid of. So, I mean, really, and that's coachable.
I'm pretty excited just to see how this year is going to go, because I mean, it's just a new year. This is kind of the year that everybody's been waiting for. We've been working really hard. Actually, it's a little tougher than last year. I think I've just gotten better because last year we met with all the coaches, and they kind of asked us what they could improve on for practice or games or whatever. And they definitely listened to us, and they made those changes so that we could get better individually and as a team.
It's really just the same stuff we've always done. It's just the level of intensity that we do it at, and the level of discipline we have when we're doing our practice. So it's the same stuff we've always done, but we're just doing it. We picked it up to the next level this year. The whole team as a collective group has worked harder. This past off season and this past spring, it's been one of the most hard-working springs and off seasons that we've had.
We've built that culture with him, and that practice type, and that hard-working and dedicated mentality. So, and I think we really get on the younger guys, about, hey, let's be accountable today, and let's work hard today. And I don't know, I think that just affects the team, because not a lot of teams have that kind of senior class.
Coach Bush is ever since we got here, it's been about flipping the culture around. So going from a culture of bad habits to just doing little things right, because little things are the key moments of the game. It comes down to your training. And whenever you do the little things right, it just helps in those kinds of situations. You could tell which team has a better culture. We know what it's like to lose, and no one really likes that feeling. So once we get a taste for winning, I'm sure the culture will have a huge impact on that. My main expectation, which is really it's going to happen. Our main goal is to make playoffs, because a team hasn't made the playoffs or hasn't won a playoff game since 2006. So we'll be the first team in over a decade. Well, making the playoffs is our first goal, of course, and then winning a playoff game was the next goal. Considering all the preparation that we've had and this past off season, you could really see a change in the culture, what the coaches have been preaching. It's going to be a very successful season for the 2018 Matadors.
Well, that's it for this month's MatCast show. This has been Synida Soto
And Victoria Ramirez.
Have a great weekend, SHS.
You won't believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies lit up the world as you fell asleep. Like to make myself believe that planet Earth spins slowly. It turns. It turns. Rather, what's the line? Feed me the line.
Because everything is never as it seems.
Everything is never as it seems.